We are live, Julie.
Well, that's good because I just dropped my pen. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Ask Julie Ryan show. It's where we blend spirituality and practicality, like I need a pen, to be able to write stuff down when you ask questions. It's where we blend spirituality and practicality to help you live a life of purpose and joy. So we've got a whole bunch of people waiting to ask a question. If you want to join me and have a conversation with me, just go to askjulieryanshow.com. And if you're joining us from the YouTube live stream, we're at Ask Julie Ryan. You can put a question in the chat. Please just put your first name and where you're located and then your question. We've got Samantha over there who's going to be helping people. And of course, we've got Chris on the main dashboard. And the thing that's so fun about this is I never know who's calling. I never know what the question's going to be. I never know what Spirit's going to say. I don't even know who's waiting because Chris and Samantha decide that and they put it through. So it's as much of a surprise to me as it is to you guys. Couple of housekeeping things. We're going to be giving away a free session with me, free 1-hour session with me valued at $750. So you want to stay tuned, see if you are the winner. If you want to enroll for the drawing that we do every month, and then later in the month, I'm going to give away a free class too. So to enroll in the drawings, just anywhere you listen to the show, we're on all the podcast networks that Ask Julie Ryan. Just leave a review. Let us know what you think. You can leave it on YouTube, and you can also leave it on Amazon for any one of my books because we take them from there as well. So stay with us through the whole show. We'll be announcing that near the end of the show. And also, I do a blog every week. It's a question. I get lots of questions submitted on the Ask Julie Ryan website. Sign up for my blog. And the one this week's really fun because somebody wrote in and they wanted to know what the gold and silver sparkles that they see. What are they? And I answer it. It's also a great way to learn about we're doing the live show this week. Here are the call-in numbers. Here's how you join on the YouTube live stream and also on all of my social media channels. Everything's at Ask Julie Ryan. So if you're wondering if I'm going to do a live show, which we do most Thursdays, that's where you can find out. So, all right, Chris, let's go ahead and go to the phones or the YouTube and let's see who he brings in. Okay. First one from YouTube, Helen. Helen from Ohio. Hi, Helen. Hi, Julie. Thank you for the compassion, love, and hope that you give to us. Oh, you sweet thing. Thank you for such kind words. Could you please scan my knees and do a healing on the left knee? It's slightly swollen. Absolutely. How this works for those of you who are joining us for the first time is I raise my vibrational level to the level of spirit because we're all spirits attached to a body having a human experience. And when we're attached to a body, we vibrate more slowly simply because the body has mass. So I raise my vibrational level. I'm going to watch a laser beam come from my body here in Birmingham, Alabama. It's going to hook into Helen up in Ohio, the state of my birth. And then I'm going to have a hologram of her in my mind's eye. And it's going to be as if I'm looking at an X-ray or a CT scan or an MRI. Helen, something will be identified in your knee. There will be a healing that will happen energetically. I want you, Helen, and I want everybody watching and listening, regardless of if it's real time or if it's 5 years from now. I want you to envision what I'm describing with Helen because we're all going to work together to send the healing to her. Now, how do these healings happen? They are delivered to your spirit. Your spirit decides how to integrate it. That can happen instantly. It can take days, weeks, months, may need some kind of complementary care like physical therapy or something in your case. We'll see once it gets you on my radar. But it's always the person's spirit's prerogative of how the healing is integrated. The healing's done. It's already happened on the energetic level. Then it's just got to integrate. And that's all determined by the person's spirit. Because always remember, nobody heals anybody else. We all heal ourselves. All medical providers, all doctors, all healers like me, we help the person heal themselves. You got a big cut in your leg, you go to the emergency room to get it stitched up. The doctor's not going to make your skin grow back. You make your own skin grow back. That's how this works. So, Helen, here comes my laser beam from Sweet Home, Alabama, heading up to you in Ohio. All right, got you. Going to your left knee. Got you. It looks like you've got a meniscal tear on the left side of your left knee. So, what I'm watching happen is I'm watching it get stitched up. I'm with energetic suture. I'm also watching a patch get applied, and the patch reminds me of a gauze bandage where you can see the vertical and the horizontal threads that have been woven together to form the bandage. And that's what's happening. That's going on top of the stitching. And then there's a layer of stem cell energy being applied on the top, light amber colored gel. Has sparkles in it because whoa, gotta have sparkles, and reminds me of Dippity Doo hair gel. And there's a vortex spinning above your knee, and that's going to integrate the healing. There's always a vortex with stem cell energy. Stem cell energy is the coolest stuff ever because it'll heal any body part we need. So, Helen, I hope you feel better. The meniscal tears will heal on their own. A lot of people have surgery for them, but it's not necessary. And orthopedic surgeons don't want you to know that because it's a huge percentage of their business. But if you do some research online, you'll see that you got as good of a chance of it healing on its own as you do having surgery. May take a little longer for it to heal on its own, but it will, especially because we just did an energetic healing on it. So hope you feel better, Helen. Enjoy your summer. Okay, we're at AskJulieRyanShow.com if you want to have a conversation with me, and we're on the YouTube live stream at Ask Julie Ryan. Samantha's over there helping people in the chat. Just put your first name, where you're located, and your question in the chat like Helen just did. And remember to subscribe on YouTube, wherever you listen to the show. Remember to subscribe, and then you'll be notified when we have new episodes that come in. Okay, let's see who's next. Hi, Henry.
Hey, Julie, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing fine.
Terrific. Where are you?
I'm in Dallas. That's what we're
Dallas. Okay, terrific. You're in the Metroplex.
I am.
I know. I love that. People, when you're there and you watch the news, they go, okay, Metroplex weather is, such a great term for that city with a bazillion freeway interchanges, right?
Yep, and very fast cars.
Very fast cars, exactly. Well, how may I help you, sir?
I'm having an issue with it's both legs, but mainly my left leg.
Okay.
I feel like it's a blood flow issue.
Okay.
I'm just trying to understand what's going on there. I have maybe some beginning stages of the neuropathy in my feet.
Okay.
And the cause over the years is, I think, I'm heavy. So when I'm stressed, like doing a lot of yard work or whatnot, I break blood vessels in my ankle area, and that part of the leg is really discolored right now. The left side. So I'm not sure what's going on there, and I was curious if you could take a peek.
Sure, absolutely. We'll roto-rooter your vascular system. How about that? See what's going on. I know. So Roto-Rooter, for those of you outside of America, is a company that does plumbing, and they'll come in and they'll Roto-Rooter they'll clean out your drains, like if they're clogged. I said that to a Brit one time, and she said, darling, I have no idea what you're talking about. And I thought, well, duh, that's an American thing, the Roto-Rooter. So here we go, Henry. Here comes my laser beam from Sweet Home, Alabama, just heading west on I-20. And I'll hit you in about 7 or 8 hours, depending on where you are in Dallas. All right, got you. Shooting energy from your feet up through the top of your head. Okay, let's just do your whole vascular system, not just your legs. Imagine that your vascular system looks like a network of aquarium tubing. And imagine that it has gunk in it. And gunk is a combination of dead cells and other debris that just gets in the vascular system, calcium buildup and stuff like that. So imagine that we've got a bunch of little tiny corkscrews that are inside that tubing and they're spinning. And as they spin, they're grinding up any kind of gunk that's in there. That's a new medical term that I made up, gunk, Gunk.
Gunk.
So feel free to use it if you like. And so it's grinding all of that up. And what we're doing is we're just cleaning out your vascular system. Now, similar to the Pac-Man game back in the 80s, do you remember that? Where there were
Mhm.
these Pac-Men that ate these little dots and the Pac-Men would multiply and divide. All these little corkscrews are multiplying and dividing. So a bunch of them are over working around your heart in your cardiovascular area. They've cleaned out your carotid arteries in your neck. They've cleaned out the vascular system in your brain. They're down to about your waist, and then they're going to go on down into your pelvis and your legs. Okay, so they're down at about your hips right now, coming in to upper thighs, and they work very fast. And then, all right, knees going in there all the way down to your ankles, feet. All right, out. Now, we're going to irrigate any of that ground up debris that was in your vascular system. And this is my favorite part, Henry, because imagine water flying out the end of your toes. Makes your feet look like sprinklers. So
Okay.
we're irrigating all of that ground up gunk out of there. Here comes the stem cell energy, my favorite thing. Light amber colored gel, sparkles, dippity doo. There are vortices that are spinning above your head, beneath your feet, on either side of you, front and behind, all spinning concurrently. That's going to regenerate your vascular system. So that'll help a lot. Movement is a big thing. Obviously, you got to move. Use it or lose it kind of a thing. That's gonna help the blood flow. The other thing is stay low on the food chain as much as you can. If God made it, eat it. If man made it in a factory, do your best to avoid it. Are you diabetic now? Do you have type 2 diabetes?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was getting. So let me just clean out your pancreas while I got you on there, because as I was watching the spirals of energy cleaning out your vascular system, I took a peek at your pancreas. So imagine there's a spiral of energy inside there. Henry, I'm looking at you from behind, and imagine the Milky Way galaxy, that kind of a spiral. And so it's spinning in a clockwise direction as I'm looking at you from behind, and it's cleaning out your pancreas with some of the toxins that are in there that are keeping you sluggy. Diabetes, especially type 2, can be cured with diet for most people within a couple of weeks. So there's a researcher at Brigham Young called Ben Bickman, Bikman. Look him up and read his stuff. He is on it. There's another guy in Canada named Jason Fung who's a nephrologist. He's a kidney doctor. Those two guys are the ones that resonate the most with me as far as diabetes goes. So Ben Bickman and Jason Fung, and check both of them out. And I think you'll learn a lot of really wonderful, helpful hints from them.
Okay.
Okay, thanks so much for joining us. I hope you feel better.
Appreciate it. Thank
Take
you.
care. Bye, Henry.
Bye-bye.
We're at AskJulieRyanShow.com. If you want to have a conversation with me, we're on the YouTube live stream at Ask Julie Ryan. Just put your first name, where you're located, and your question in the chat, and we will be taking questions from both places. Remember to stay with us. We're going to announce a free session winner with me. That's always fun. I give that out on the for usually the first Thursday of the month is when we do the free session. So register for the drawing, leave a review anywhere you listen to the show, YouTube, podcasts, wherever. And you can leave a review on Amazon as well for any one of my books. Okay, Chris, who's next? Let's see who he pulls up next. He's keeping us in suspense. Pam. Hi, Pam. You were
Hey.
worth the wait.
It was.
How are you?
I just wanted to say thank you, thank you, thank you for all you do. I love what you do. You are a
Oh,
blessing for humanity.
oh,
I've taken your medical intuitive class through the shift,
oh,
and I had an hour session with Karen back in February.
oh,
So
great. One of my grads.
amazing. She fixed me up so many ways. Unfortunately, back in May, I fell headfirst down my basement stairs.
Oh, no.
And while I was fortunate not to break anything, I bruised my tailbone and had a huge concussion and a hematoma on my head.
Oh,
And
gee.
I started feeling better, but I really don't feel that great right now. My head feels screwed up. And I just wondered
Okay.
if you could check my
Yeah.
brain out,
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
I
Where are
think
you
it needs
located?
some of your
Where are you
help.
located, Pam? Where are you?
New London, Ohio.
Oh, 2 Ohio g well, 3, including
The,
me, Ohio
my
girls.
husband graduated from Ohio State, so
The Ohio State University.
the
He
Ohio State,
he
yes.
must be way cool.
He is way cool.
Way cool. My brother was in Columbus. We were with them over the 4th in, Chicago, and he brought me some Ohio State National Football Championship swag, so I'm all decked out with new sweatshirts and T-shirts and stuff, and, here in Sweet Home Alabama, where everything's Roll Tide, they don't like to see that, Ohio State stuff,
Exactly.
but I'm loud and proud with it, and I like Bama too, so we're good on that. All right, here we go. Here comes my laser beam from Sweet Home Alabama, heading north to you. Got you, shooting energy from your feet up through the top of your head. Yeah, you did a good job on that, girl. Holy moly. Did you go to the hospital?
Oh, absolutely. They scanned me from my head down to my groin, and I didn't break anything, thank goodness.
You didn't break anything, but you've got a pretty good concussion. So if I divided your brain into quadrants, where I'm seeing the biggest area that was affected is what I'm trying to say, is at the axis of the front, right, and left quadrant, kinda right in the middle. And brain matter, Pam, looks like thick cooked oatmeal to me, and scar tissue in the brain looks like chicken cartilage, the kind that you'd see in a chicken breast with the bone in. So I'm scooping out spirit working through me and with me to help you heal yourself. You know how this works because you took my class.
Right.
Thank you. Thank you for that, by the way. And scooping it out, and then it leaves a divot in the brain matter. So putting stem cell energy in there, light amber colored gel, sparkles, dippity doo, vortex spinning above it. Let me look at the rest of your brain and see if there are any other areas that are affected. A little bit in the back right quadrant. So again, scooping that area out, stem cell energy goes in there. It has its own vortex that spins above it. And a little bit like where your neck meets your skull in the back on the left side. Is that sore
All the time.
all the time?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So again, scooping that out. Have you been to a chiropractor?
Oh, I go once a month.
Good girl. I just watched a chiropractic adjustment happen on your neck too to help your neck line up. All right. So all those areas are being regenerated in your brain. And when we see scar tissue in the brain, it can include neural pathways. And neural pathways, Pam, look like laser beams as part of a security system in a museum. And so whenever I see scar tissue in the brain, I always get it out of there because I see a lot of it with people that have dementia and Alzheimer's. Are you taking lots of omega 3s?
I did for a while. I ran out. I know I need to get more.
Yeah, I would get more.
I've listened to this before. I just wanted you to do it to me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, the
A
omega
thousand
3s are
milligrams, right? Or is it
it's gonna help a lot. Yeah, at least. I would do 3,000 or 4,000.
3,000? Okay.
Yeah, at
Okay.
least, at least. And that's gonna help your brain heal.
Very
So,
good.
yeah, I don't see anything that's giving me cause for pause, especially, getting that scar. I don't see any bleeders. When I see a brain bleed, it's either active and I can see actual blood in the brain, or it looks like dried blood. Have you ever had a
Right.
cut and you didn't know it, and then later you saw dried blood on your skin and you're thinking, "Whoa, what happened there?" And so those are the best kinds of cuts to get because you don't even know you have them. And
Right.
so that'll help. But I don't see any brain bleeds. I think you just bonked your head really good. I'm grateful that you're okay.
Me too. And I appreciate your help, Julie. Thank you so
You
much.
bet. Okay. Thanks so much. Take care, Pam.
Bye bye.
Bye. AskJulieRyanShow.com if you want to have a conversation with me. And we're on Ask Julie Ryan at the YouTube live stream. Put your first name, where you're located, and your question in the chat. And Chris and Samantha are going to be sending me those as well as the show goes forward. Stay with us to find out if you want a free session with me. And those are so much fun because we spend an hour together. And of course, I am a buffet of psychicness, as you know, which means once you connect with spirit, you can do it all. You can do the medical stuff, talk to your dead grandma, we can scan your cat, we can tell how close to death somebody is, we do past life. And normally, when I have somebody for an hour, or when one of my graduates does, we do a plethora of things. So it's not just we can only do medical or we can only do whatever. We can do a combo platter. And as you know, I have 5 amazing graduates that are working with me to work with clients individually. You can get in to see them a lot faster than you can with me, and they're a lot less expensive, and they're all fabulous. You will love, love, love them. So everything's available at AskJulieRyan.com. All righty, let's see who's next. String Whispers. Hi, String Whispers. I think that's an alias. What do you guys think? My dad, I don't know. My dad, John, is in a nursing home in North Carolina, Parkinson's. Could you see what phase he's in and ask him where his life insurance information is or what company to call? From Michael. Oh, Michael, there's your real name. Okay. So, Michael, I'm going to connect into you. I'm assuming that you're in North Carolina too. My laser beam will find you wherever you are, and then we're going to go to your dad. So, here we go. I'm connecting into you. Got you going to your dad in North Carolina. All right. Your dad is to the east of you as I'm watching my laser beam move. So, whether that's in the same town or in a different city, he's east of you. Okay, got your dad. Your dad's in phase 7 of the 12 phases of transition. What Michael and I are talking about is how when we're dying, we're surrounded by angels and the spirits of deceased loved ones and pets. And as we get closer to our departure to heaven, that configuration of angels and loved ones and pet spirits changes. And I call that the 12 phases of transition. There are 3 questions I always ask somebody that's dying, Michael. Are you ready to go? He's saying yes. Are you in pain? He's saying not really, but sometimes, but not, not like a lot of pain all the time. He's saying like little aches and pains more than anything. What do you need? Permission to go. So be sure that you and all the family members tell him, Dad, it's okay to go. We're going to be fine. Please watch over us from heaven. When somebody says they need permission, they need to hear it from all of you. So, try and get that done as quickly as you can. And do you have life insurance? John, do you have life insurance? Yes. Where is it? Safety deposit box. That's what he's saying. So I imagine in some bank. And he's saying there's information in his drawer. Okay, can you be more specific on the drawer? He's showing me a desk, and you know how a desk has like a main drawer where most people keep their pens and their paper clips and just like that. He's showing me that on a desk. So he may have a desk in his house, Michael, that you can look through. He's saying that the information's in the drawer in his desk. So hopefully that will help. And for those of you that haven't read my book, Angelic Attendants, What Really Happens as We Transition from This Life into the Next, just go to julieryangift.com. That's julieryangift.com, and we'll send you a free digital an audiobook version, julieryangift.com, because this has graphics in it and it will show you what the different phases look like. See, here's a page out of it for those of you that are watching. And also, Michael, you can download a chart of the 12 phases of transition. You or anybody listening or watching, just go to the 12 phases of transition tab on my website and you'll see the chart and it'll say free download. Download the chart, Michael, save it on your phone, and then you just ask in your head, what phase of transition is my dad in? And you'll hear an answer. It's going to be the first thing that pops in your head, fast as you can snap your fingers, and then refer to the chart. And that will give you information of where he is in the phases. If you see somebody that's moving, pretty quickly, 6, 7, 8, 9, get the family called in so that they can say their goodbyes before the person passes. But it's really helpful because, for heaven's sakes, we're all taking time off work. We're sometimes traveling far distances to be with our loved ones at the end of life. So that chart is super, super helpful when you need it. I talked to a client recently, you guys, this just cracked me up. And she said, I put a copy of your angelic attendance book in my safety deposit box with my will and stuff. She said, I put a paperback version in the safety deposit box because I wanted my kids to know what was happening when I was dying, or if I was already dead, what happened as I was dying. Because she said, I know it'll help them. I thought that was really amazing. And I thought, what a great idea. So she said she was just kind of, prepping them. And she said if they weren't interested in talking or reading about it before she died, it'd be there for them after she was in heaven. So I thought that was really sweet. Okay, Michael, good luck to your dad and good luck to your family. I find that if you look for the miracles along the way, they are plentiful and you'll see them. So good luck with all of that. Okay, let's see who's next. Chris, somebody was peeping in. Hi, Janice. Hi, Janice. Can you move
Hello.
your computer down so we can see you? Move your screen down. Oh, that's better. There you go. Yep, she
Hi.
popped up. She
Yes.
popped up. How are you, girl? Where are you?
Hi, I'm doing well. I'm in Orlando, Florida.
Orlando. How's Mickey Mouse?
I'm doing well, I'm sure.
Good, good. Okay, pop back up again because I'm having trouble seeing you. There you go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Move your
Yes.
screen down, or maybe move your screen down a little bit. There you go. Stay there. Nope, that's too
Okay.
much. Come down. A little bit. Too much.
Down. Okay. I'm sorry.
Nope, that's all right. Okay. What you got for me? You're
I've been having
perfect.
some health issues, so I'm trying to figure out what's going on with that.
Okay, give me a
Uh,
symptom. What's your symptom?
Headache, muscle pain, joint pain.
Okay, and it's all of a sudden, or you've had it for a while?
For the last couple months.
Okay. And have you been sick before? Did you have the flu or anything and it's just remnants?
No, yeah, I've never had a flu. I've had the symptoms before many years ago, like
Okay.
2013, but
Yeah.
yes,
Okay. So headache, muscle pain, and what was the third
joint
thing? Not
pain.
joint pain. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Let me get you on my radar. Here we go. Here comes my laser beam from Sweet Home, Alabama. I don't have very far to go to get to you in Orlando. All right. Got you. Shooting energy from your feet up the top of your head. A lot of inflammation. Inflammation looks like red fog on body parts. Getting that calmed down with anti-inflammatory energy, which is a royal blue color. Janice, when you were telling me about it, I start getting what I call divine downloads in my head. And then when I get you on my radar, then I'm checking for what spirit's telling me. And what I heard was parasites, that you've got a parasite. So I can see it. It looks like a bunch of those little squirmy, wormy things that, did you ever look at pond water under a microscope, like in grade school? And you can see all the
uh,
squiggly little critters, squirming
mhm.
around in pond water. It just really grossed me out. I thought, wow, I am never drinking that stuff. But what I'm watching, I love this healing. I've done it thousands of times, and it's one of my favorites because it makes me feel like Princess Leia with a lightsaber. And so
Mm,
I have a hologram of you in my mind's eye. I'm watching the lightsaber go back and forth. And what it's doing is it's killing off that parasite. And then we turn you around, same thing, going back and forth. The interesting thing about this healing is it obliterates the inside of the parasites, but it leaves their carcasses and they look like a little empty, like a vitamin capsule. They're
mhm,
that kind of a shape, and then those get sucked out through the top of your head. So, anti-parasitical, I guess that's the name, that's how you pronounce it, anti-parasite medicine would be
mhm.
helpful. The one that comes to mind is ivermectin. That's used in that's been used in India for bazillions of years, and people take it once a week, and, it works great. So, have you been anywhere out of the country, or have you, you know,
Not
eaten something?
recently, maybe 2 years ago.
Okay. All right. Well, that's what I'm seeing. So hopefully that will help. And I would get some anti-parasite kind of
Okay,
medication, and
sure.
hopefully that'll help you feel better.
Oh,
So
thank you.
thanks for calling in.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, we're at AskJulieRyanShow.com. If you want to have a conversation with me, come join the fun. And we're on the YouTube live stream at Ask Julie Ryan. Just put your first name, where you're located, and your question in the chat, and we will be answering questions from there as well. Stay tuned. I'm going to be announcing the winner of a free session with me here shortly. So Chris has been practicing on his percussion section in his studio. So I'm sure he'll have a treat for us with that. But in the meantime, let's see who's with us. Who's next? Hi, Jenna.
Hi, Julie. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you, my girl?
Doing okay. Been having some issues with anxiety.
Uh-oh.
And
Tell everybody where you are
oh,
first.
I'm in New Jersey. Sorry.
Okay.
Some
All right. So all of a
mm,
sudden, some anxiety stuff going on?
no, I've always had anxiety, but it's just been worse since I got divorced 2 years ago. But it's been
Oh, jeez.
really bad for the last 2 years.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, anxiety a lot of the time, I'm going to give you a medical, physical thing you can do, and then I'm going to give you a technique you can do to help. First of all, really be cognizant of what you're eating, because just do keto,
Hmm.
because that's really going to help with your brain chemicals and all of that. When we have sugar and refined foods, it causes anxiety, it can cause depression, it can cause aggressiveness, things like that. There have been all kinds of studies done on that. And most interesting one so far to me, Jenna, was they put prisoners on a ketogenic diet for 2 weeks, because imagine what they feed them in prison, probably macaroni and cheese 3 times a day or something like that. Lots of simple carbs, and the aggression and the rate of violence in the prison went to almost 0 in 2 weeks
Mm.
by
Mm.
changing the diet of the prisoners. So that's number 1. Number 2, the 2-minute rule. Have you heard me talk about this? The 2-minute rule goes like this: all thoughts that come into our heads don't have a meaning until we give them a meaning. They're all neutral. When a thought feels good, follow it. When a thought feels badly, it's always based in fear, 100% of the time. When we're in fear, we immediately go into fight or flight, which means our cortisol levels go up, our norepinephrine levels go up. It adds to the stress hormones, right?
Mhm.
Those are
Mhm.
all stress hormones. And when we're in fight or flight, the blood drains from our brain and we don't think clearly, because the blood's going to our heart and our extremities so we can run away from whatever the perceived fear is. Now, the body doesn't know any differently between what's a real fear and what's a fake fear. 99.9% of the thoughts that we think that feel bad are based in a fake fear. Here's how you tell the difference. A real fear is going to harm you or kill you. A fake fear won't. So when you have a thought that feels badly, regardless of what it is, anger, jealousy, boredom, grief, actual fear, whatever, ask yourself, is this going to kill me in the next 2 minutes? I call it the 2-minute rule. The answer is yes or no in this game. If you're standing in the middle of the road and a truck is headed towards you, could that kill you in the next 2 minutes? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. If you're running late for an appointment, is that going to kill you in the next 2 minutes? No.
No.
But it feels like it is, and the body doesn't know any differently. So when you ask that question, it keeps you out of fight or flight, keeps your clarity about you. The beauty with the 2-minute rule is you can use it unlimited times a day. It's free and it's convenient. It works anywhere your brain is, and your brain's usually with you wherever you are. So that's really helpful too, and it works in any situation. So
Yeah,
try the
try,
2-minute
yeah,
rule.
I'll try that. Could you scan me? Just maybe, is there something I'm missing, like medically, that could be causing this?
Yeah, food. I get that it's food. It's what you're eating. What are you eating? Are you eating like refined stuff,
No, I
Sw-
stopped.
sweets, things like that? Yeah, I'm shooting a little
Absolutely.
estrogen into you. Are you on hormones?
No,
Yeah. Have you looked into the bioidentical hormones?
no.
Yeah, look into those. The bioidentical hormones are exactly what our bodies make when we're young and fertile aged. And as we get older, our hormone levels diminish, and that can cause it too. But I get it's food, primarily food, and you're losing clarity when we all do this. We all get into the tailspin of, well, if that happens, then this could happen, then that could happen, then this could happen, then that could happen, and we could die, homeless and starving on the street with our family in the same boat. So we're creating things with our imagination that we don't want to happen. So that's irrational thinking. And that happens when we don't have clarity because we're in fight or flight. So try the 2-minute rule. It really works great.
Okay, thank you.
You bet. Hope you feel better.
Okay, thank
Thanks for
you.
calling in.
Sure.
Bye-bye. All righty, let's see who's next. AskJulieRyan.com. AskJulieRyanShow.com, excuse me. If you want to have a conversation, we're at Ask Julie Ryan on the YouTube live stream. AskJulieRyan.com is where everything else is. David, hi, David. 9 years ago, my wife, Catherine, developed fast-growing cataracts. Surgery was successful, but ever since, she's suffered chronically dry eyes. Could you please scan her eyes? And he's in, oh, thanks. He has TX. I thought that was for Texas. That's thanks. David from Windsor, Canada. All right, David, here we go. Here comes my laser beam from Sweet Home, Alabama, heading north. And you're up north of Detroit in Michigan. All right, got you. Going to Catherine. Catherine, I'm talking to David. She goes, I know, it's fine. Okay, good. Good job setting that up. By the way, I don't ever scan anybody without their permission because I think it's unethical. So good job setting that up. I'll ask people telepathically if I can't ask them in person. All right, going in. What I'm watching is this little teeny tiny brush. It's like a little tiny bottle brush that's going in both of the tear ducts near the nose for both of the eyes, and it's just clearing that out. Sometimes those tear ducts get clogged, David, and it's just a matter of cleaning them out. And this brush, it's really funny when I get to see it, and I've seen this healing a lot of times. If you uncurl a large paper clip, have you ever done that? I'll do that, and I'll stick one end of it like into a nozzle of a crazy glue applicator when it gets clogged, and just kind of move it around a little bit, or maybe Elmer's glue or something. It works great. So that's what it looks like. It looks like this long, really thin metal, looks like a paper clip that's unfurled with a brush on it, and it's cleaning out Catherine's tear ducts. All right. So there's lubrication coming in right now. So hopefully that will help. I'm just going to tighten the muscles behind her eyes because I'm in there and I can. And that's going to help her with close-up vision. It reminds me of pulling horse's reins from both sides of its head and joining them in the middle and holding them with one hand. That's what we're doing. We tighten those muscles so that we can read things more easily when it's close up. So hopefully that will help. Thanks for your question. By the way, all these healings, they're all the ones that I described, they're metaphors for the energetic healing that's happening. And it's spirit showing us this information in a way that we can understand it from our human perspective. Because we don't have a frame of reference for energy healing. And so I realized years ago after I got over myself and I was embarrassed to say, okay, I'm using this little unfurled paperclip to unclog your tear duct. I realized that that's why spirit was communicating that way so that we could have a human frame of reference for all this woo-woo stuff that we're doing. And you all know that woo in Taoist traditions means source. So woo-woo means source. See, so I knew that all
Wow.
along. Not really, but one of my dear friends, Sun Chang, is a Taoist master, and he said, I love how you use woo-woo because, woo means source in our tradition. I said, oh, I must be psychic or something. Didn't know. So there we go. All right, let's see who's next. Hi, CJ.
Hi.
How are you, my girl?
Hi. I go by Kaylin, but can't find out how to change this right now.
All
I'm
right.
in the
Hi,
San
Kaylin.
Francisco Bay Area.
Terrific. Welcome. How may I
Yeah,
help
and
you?
I have lots of medical stuff going on, but what's bothering me most lately is I think they're all connected. My brain, my teeth, my sinuses, they're just
Yeah.
all on fire. And
Oh, no.
so I'm not quite sure what's going on with that. I definitely need dental work and working on that.
Yeah. All right. Let me get you on my radar. We'll see what's happening. How long's this been going on?
Well, just this kind of lately, it's just been the last 3 weeks, months, but I've been working on my teeth for a couple of years.
Okay. And what's going on with your teeth?
I had veneers, they broke, and they broke off part of my teeth, and I
Oh,
have
geez.
a back tooth that needs to be pulled and things like that. And I don't know if it's my sinuses bleeding or something into my teeth, or my teeth affecting my sinuses and making my brain, giving me headaches. I'm
Mhm.
just not sure from whence it came.
And are you running a temp ever? Are you running a
No,
fever? No.
no.
Okay. And your
And
dentist is saying they're not seeing an infection?
um, no, they're not talking infection.
Okay. All right. That's what I'm getting. You've got a big old sinus infection going on, and
Oh
it's
God, it seems
affecting
like I
all of
have them
it.
all the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll validate that when I get you on my radar. But as I mentioned earlier, I get these divine downloads of things to look for, and I'm hearing massive sinus infection.
And I hear you about the diet. I get that makes a big difference in everything.
Yeah. So here we
I'm
go.
finding.
Here comes my laser beam from Sweet Home, Alabama, heading out to you in the Bay Area. Got you shooting energy. Yeah, you got a sinus infection going. So what I'm watching is I'm watching these. They're called cannulas. They use them in the doctor's office in the hospital, and they use them in surgery. And they're these little tubes, and they've got like a little device on them that they can suck things out of. Like when you're at the dentist and they're irrigating your mouth, and then they put that thing in there and it sucks the water out of your mouth. That's what that looks
Yeah.
like. So we're just cleaning out your sinuses. It doesn't look like it looks like it's more of a chronic infection. I'm not seeing tons of inflammation there, but it just looks like the snot is just stationary up there, like it's not moving out. Have you tried one of those sinus rinse devices?
I have a neti pot and I have some Sovereign Silver I use twice a day.
Yeah,
And the dentist, when they try to do some implants and things, then pus comes running out. And
yeah,
so I don't know what the chronic part is. I
the
feel like I
chronic.
can't even go outside without, getting a headache with the pollen.
I'm so sorry. All right, so we're sucking out all of that pus in your sinuses. I would try another um thing other than a neti pot. See, Caitlin, if there's a device. I know I have one that's made by Waterpick, and it's got batteries in it, and you put it up one nostril and you put saline in there, and then all the snot and stuff comes out the other nostril. And with a sinus infection, it's just mortifying how much stuff comes out. It's just
Well,
like,
okay.
whoa, seriously? That much stuff can be up in my head? So that's
Like
what I'm
every
getting.
day, right?
Yeah. Have you been on antibiotics?
No, I use herbal antibiotics, and it usually solves it. But it seems like I have to be on them all the time, and
Yeah.
that doesn't seem right either. I just don't know.
It seems like it's stuck. I would do the rinses. I think the rinses are gonna help a lot because then that stuff, when it gets stuck in there, then it can get all infected and all of that. What I'm watching is it looks like you've got a deviated septum in your nose.
Ah,
And have you ever hit your nose or bumped your nose or gotten
oh
hit
my
with a
God, I think
softball or
it's
something?
traumatized from being blown for an entire lifetime. I've always had chronic allergies and sinus things, so I don't know. No, I
Yeah.
haven't
All
had
right.
an accident or anything that I know of, and I don't drink or anything. So,
Yeah.
um,
Sometimes I think we're born with them. So I'm watching that get straightened out. And the chronic allergies, most of the time that's a gut thing. So
uh,
if you can eat healthy, stay low on the food chain, if God made it, eat it, stay away from the manufactured food, the refined food. Because what I've found with myself and with thousands of clients throughout the years, Kaylin, is that when we're in an allergic state, usually when we're in a heightened immune response because of what we're eating, then it doesn't take much to just make our bucket overflow. One little stimulus is going to just make us have all of these symptoms. And since I got my gut healthy, I don't have allergies anymore. It's amazing because I had them all my life, but they are completely gone.
okay,
So,
yeah.
yeah, that's gonna help a lot. Are you thinking about getting the implants for your teeth?
Well, I don't know about now because
Yeah.
of all the problems I've had, and they wanted to pull like 7 or 8 teeth, and I just
Oh,
thought, no, that's not going to be good for my brain. It can't possibly be good. I
no.
mean, I don't know if I'm right or not, but that's just my
I'm I'm
intuition.
I I'm seeing the infection in your sinuses more so than in your teeth. I think they're all related, but,
Okay,
um, that's what I'm seeing. So hopefully that'll
okay.
help. I would rinse them and, see what you can do on that and then clean up your diet, and I think your body's gonna heal.
Yes, thank you. I think cleaning up my diet will be a big one, and I'll get that irrigation thing, the
Yeah,
water pick.
yeah.
Thank you, thank
Be
you,
sure
thank
that you
you.
use be sure that you use warm water, to irrigate,
Do you
and
use
and
warm salt water?
yeah, there are little packets that you can get
Yeah,
in the
the
drugstore,
Himalayan.
you pour it in, but be sure you use purified water
Yes, indeed, indeed.
because I mean, don't be using tap water.
Right,
Use
I don't.
Yeah, use purified. Some people use tap water. I'm going, "No,
I don't
no,
even
no."
use it for steaming vegetables.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay. I hope you feel
Thank you. I
better.
love you.
Love you
Okay.
back. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. We're at askjulieryanshow.com and we're at Ask Julie Ryan on the YouTube live stream. So put your first name, your question in there, and we will get some more of those on. But first, Chris, drum roll, please. Oh, there There you go. Wow. That was a fancy one. Thanks. All right. So this person named Julia S. and her handle is at Julia S hyphen XG2UD. So Julia S hyphen XG2UD. You have won a free 1-hour session with me valued at $750. And here's what she said in her review. It was very sweet. She said, "For those who don't know Julie, as in me, let me give you an idea about her. Julie's a great combination of all the things. She's polished and professional as an accomplished businesswoman. She's incredibly silly and playful, true, with her analogies from spirit to help us understand the inner workings of her healings. She's a great teacher explaining in a practical and useful way what we've all forgotten in elementary biology class, usually with DNA, and has a heart of gold. Julie uses her gifts to truly give hope and change people's lives every week, to give hope and change people's lives every week. She's authentic, honest, the deliverer of information without modifying it." That's very true. I don't edit anything I get because who am I to decide what you need to hear? I believe it's spirit working through me and with me to help you in whatever you need. And, I'm not going to modify it. She said she's honest, ethical, and a true delight. Her show makes Thursdays a day to look forward to each week. If you haven't watched, you're missing out. And when you do, you'll be hooked. So Julia S. XG2UD. If you contact us through my website, askjulieryan.com, go on the homepage, you'll see Ask Julie a Question. Click on that. Say, "Hey, I'm Julia. I won the free session with Julie, and my assistant Rachel will help coordinate your calendar and my calendar, and we'll find a time when we can be together for an hour." And I really look forward to that. So leave a review anywhere you watch the show or listen to it, all the podcast networks, YouTube, and also on the Amazon. You can leave a review on Amazon. Remember to subscribe, and we will be choosing a winner for a free class in the next week. So go leave your reviews. Remember to sign up for my blog too. And that's at askjulieryan.com. That's another way that I answer questions. I'm always trying to find ways that are either free or affordable or easy. That's why I brought in 5 graduates to help because there are only so many hours in the day. And, I only have so much bandwidth. So you can always ask me a question and I choose one once a week and answer it. And usually they're really good, great questions. And so you can read them. And a lot of the time, it may pertain to something that you have going on. Plus, they're fun. Like, what are gold and silver sparkles that I'm seeing? I mean, how fun is that? You got to look on my blog to find out the answer. So askjulieryan.com will send you a note on Thursdays. It'll have the link to the blog in there, and it'll also have a reminder. Call into the show. Here are the numbers. Here's how you can ask your question if you want to join. So lots of ways to get your questions answered. Okay, let's see who's next. I think we have time for another question, Chris. Hi, Eric. How are you?
You
How you doing?
fine. I recently had an injury to my right eye,
Uh-oh.
and so I have what they call floaters in my right eye,
Yeah.
and so I'm wondering if you could help me with that condition. That it happened over a month ago, and it healed. I was sending energy into my healing energies, and I was icing my eye after the impact that happened. And I never got a black eye. So I think the energy
Wow.
healing actually helped.
Good
So,
for you.
but it took over a week for the healing to go away. And since I've been part of your classes, I was sending healing energies with your technique of the dippity do into my eye to see if that would help it.
Stem cell energy. Yeah.
Yeah, so in 2 days' time, the shift happened really quickly after I started focusing on that. So my vision is a little bit off.
Okay.
The focus is off. There's a little bit of distortion with my vision, so I'm wondering if you could help me with that.
Absolutely. Where are you? Where are you located?
I'm in Thousand Oaks, California.
Ah, right next to Westlake Village, where I used to live.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I know it well. Okay. All right. Well, I'm so proud of you. Great job, Grasshopper.
Thank you.
Fabulous. So proud. All right, here we go. Here comes my laser beam from Sweet Home, Alabama. To those of you that don't know where Thousand Oaks is, it's north of LA. It's one of the LA suburbs. As your head's between LA and Santa Barbara on the way to Santa Barbara. So coming out. All right, got you. Shooting energy from your feet up through the top of your head. How did you injure your eye?
I was working on a job and I was separating some cords, extension cords, and they were kind of rubberized types of cords, and I was pulling them apart, and it came up and it hit me right in the eye, and I had no
Oh,
glasses.
oh, for heaven's
So
sakes.
just a really
Oh,
crazy coincidence of what happened. So
I'm
yeah,
so
it hit really
sorry.
hard. It
I
was
bet.
Everyone
I
was
bet it
surprised that I
hurt.
didn't have a black eye. Oh, it hurt a lot.
Yeah. Was your vision impacted right away?
It got a little bit cloudy. And then I just kept icing it. And as I was icing it, I was sending energies right out my palm into my eye. And the combination of that, I think, helped it to reverse it. And by the end of the day, the cloudiness had gone away. But the white of my eye was really red. And
Yeah.
so that's what occurred. So it was red, and then the red part, it started on the outside, and then it eventually in time it shifted around to the inside as far as
Mhm.
where that swollen redness was present. And then about a week later is when I started focusing on the stem cell energies, and in 2 days' time, all of a sudden, all the redness was like 90% gone.
Yeah. Did you ever do healings before you took my class?
I've been studying energy healing I've been practicing for 5 years with a
Fabulous.
yeah,
So
I've
this
studied with two
so
different
this
teachers. So
ramped it up for you.
yeah, yes,
Yeah.
it did. Yeah.
Fabulous. Okay. All right. So I've got you in my mind's eye, the hologram that's you. I'm looking at you from behind. What I'm watching is, you know how when you get a new cell phone, Eric, and it's got that plastic cover that you just peel off the face of the phone? That's what I'm watching happen first. And that'll get rid of the cloudiness. I'm watching stem cell energy go in and it's going around your iris. It's like there's this little, um, like a little gutter almost that's going around your iris, this little channel almost. And just this teeny bit of stem cell energy is going in there. Of course, there's a vortex spinning outside of your eye. In the meantime, there's a pinpoint laser that's zapping all those little floaters. And it just, did you ever see the all temperature Tide commercial 20 years ago where there'd be a spot on a shirt and they'd drop a couple of droppers full of laundry detergent, excuse me, on there, and then the stain would bust up into a bazillion little dots, and then they'd wash it away. That's what this looks like as I'm watching this happen. So, uh, I think your eye looks great, and great job on healing it. I'm watching it get adjusted a little bit, kind of like the lens on a camera, where you move it on an old-fashioned camera to make it clearer. I'm tightening the muscles behind your eyes too, just to help with close-up vision. So I talked about that earlier. Got that going on. Okay. All right. Let me look at the left eye just because I got you on my radar. Might as well see what's going on there. So, have you had cataract surgery, or has anybody talked to you about cataracts? You got a little bit of a cataract developing in your left eye. I can see it. Like if I divided your left eye into quadrants, I can see it in the upper left quadrant a little bit. So I'm going to remove spirit and obviously spirit working through me and with me. I'm removing the lens. It looks like a contact lens, Eric, and then putting a new one in. And then there's one little stitch on the outside of the eye. And then let's go ahead and do it on your right eye too, because I got you. And so removing that new lens going in one little stitch on the outside, and their vortices spinning outside of both eyes. So I think you're remarkable, not only in healing yourself. And I think this is a great testament that yes, we can heal ourselves too, not just other people. And you're a great testament to that. So yay, I'm a proud
Yeah.
mama bear. Good job.
Thank you.
Good
Thank you.
job.
Yeah, I took your class. I think it would have been in May.
Wonderful.
So
I'm honored.
yeah, so
I
that's why
hope
I
you
learned
enjoyed
about
it.
it, and I'm implementing it. I'm practicing on myself, basically.
Yeah,
That's
I hope you
my method.
enjoyed it. Yeah,
Yeah, I love the class, so that's why I'm here today. So thank you.
wonderful. All right. Thanks so much. Keep us posted on how you're doing.
Okay, will do. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Eric. Bye-bye. All righty, everybody. That's it for this week. So much fun to talk to everybody and talk to people in the chat and on the live stream. So sending you lots of love from Sweet Home Alabama. Mwah! We'll see you next time. Have a great weekend. Bye, everybody.
Bye, Julie.
To enhance your spiritual journey, click on one of the videos below and remember to subscribe, leave a comment, and share this episode with your family and friends.